we doing, everybody? So today is pull day. I'm very excited, per usual. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because there was a time where I was hating on pull day and I wasn't very excited to do it. But now I'm really looking forward to it and it's been very enjoyable. So that's a good thing because it means subconsciously we're probably going to train a little harder on this muscle group now that we're enjoying it more. That's just something that you can't really control that factor no matter what you really want to do. But so we're going to do some weighted pull-ups to start. I think we're going to do 3 working sets there. And then we're going to go to plate loaded low rows and do 2 working sets there. And then we'll go to cable rows. I think cable rows we'll do today. And do 2 working sets there. So it'll be 3, 2, 2 for back. And then we'll go to biceps and do 3 and 3 on incline curls on a bench and preacher curls, which will now be properly executed. I hope, at least. I think it's going to look a lot better than the last time I did them, last pull day. But, we'll see. But I think it's going to be a great workout. I don't want to do too much volume on both of those row movements, which is why I kind of shrunk them down to 2 and 2 for working sets instead of 3 and 3, because I think that would be too much on row movements. So it's just not necessary. Besides that, we're going to have a great lift today. I already took pre-workout, so I'm already tingling. I'm ready to get to the gym and start lifting some weight. The gains have been coming along really well lately. So that's why I'm pretty much just sticking to what I've been doing. I'm not really changing too much just because, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been giving me good results as fast as I think they could possibly manage naturally. I can't expect this all to just, appear how I want it overnight. It's going to take a long time, especially being a natural bodybuilder. Just be patient and trust the process, and that's exactly what I'm doing. But we're going to get to the gym, and I'll see you in about 15 or 20 minutes. All right, first set, we're gonna do a plate, some weighted pull-ups. We're probably gonna stop around 4 or 5 reps. We'll add on another 25, and that'll be our top set going to failure. So we don't wanna over fatigue on this 45-pound plate before we get to our top set. And I find this weight training is way more efficient for me hitting higher numbers in a single workout. Just saves a lot of energy overall. Felt pretty late. All right, second set. Top set for pull-ups. We'll do a plate and a 25. I'm not going to give a rep counter on this. We're just going to go to failure. Hopefully we get close to 6, maybe even 6. You never know. Final set on pull-downs, or not pull-downs, pull-ups. We're going to do a plate and a 10, go to failure here, and then we'll go to plate loaded low rows over there, do 2 working sets there, then do our machine rows for 2 working sets. All those sets being really heavy, so. All right, first set on low rows. I apparently lost my wrist straps, so I had to use my friends, which still sucks though, because they're like $13. $13 down the drain, but whatever. I'll have to buy a new pair now. Anyway, we're gonna do 3 plates and a 25 to start here. 2 arm rows, not 1 arm today. Then we'll probably go up to 4 plates, and we'll just do 2 sets here, and then we'll move on to machine rows. support plates. Go to failure here. Felt pretty heavy. All right, I changed my mind. We're gonna do cable rows today instead of machine rows. Still only 2 working sets, I think, or maybe 3. We'll feel it out. But these are less demanding than the machine rows we're gonna be. So we'll do 2 or 3 working sets, then go to biceps and do incline curls. 3 and 3 on both bicep exercises today. Then we'll do preacher curls the right way instead of doing them with a weird execution like last time. But yeah. All right, last set here. We're gonna do 100, same weight we did for the first set. We're just gonna spin it back for 1 set till failure, and then we'll go to biceps. If I ever find out who took my straps, you'll probably never hear from them again. All right, first set, incline curl. Or these are really not even called incline curls, I guess, with the bench I'm using. They're just seated curls. So I guess I'll have to call them by that. Or we're gonna do 3 sets of seated curls. Then we'll go to preacher curls and wrap up our bicep portion of the pull day and be done. Then we'll flex. And it'll be way darker, so it'll be way better lighting as well. We'll warm up with 50s. If these feel good, we'll probably go to 55s. And pick another weight. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. All right, we're on preacher curls. I think I finally figured out how to set them up right too, so this will be good execution today. We'll do 3 total sets here, starting at 110. We'll probably go up after I just kind of assess what weight it feels like, you know, how it goes. But I'm pretty excited because I actually know how to do these now, so it's going to be a lot more enjoyable for me. Oh yeah. We'll go up a little bit for sure. That weight, first set weight, felt way too light. So we bumped it up 2 plates to 140, and we'll see if this maybe is too heavy. I don't know. But I'd rather be too heavy than too light, to be honest. Still getting more muscle growth out of those heavier sets than you are those light steps or sets, even if you're you think you're stimulating the muscle. Heavy reps are always going to take the victory.
It could still be decent. You never know. I don't think so. I don't think it's good at all. Let's do that. I think let's Hanover's not going to give them an option. No. I kind of scared. I hope they can. They were kind of shit last year. I think they've lost their.
Yeah, that was a way better set. Speed running a bicep tear. Okay, last set of the workout. Well, that was 140, the last set was, so we'll probably do 125 plus a 5. Maybe plus another 5, fuck it. So 135. It's only 5 less than what we just did. So it's gonna be another grinder for sure, but good way to end the workout. Hey, is that recording? Is there a red dot? Is there like a timer at the top too? Yeah. All right, thank you. I just get paranoid. Yeah. You're crashing out? There we go. I'll say that didn't look like enough light at first, but now it does. So, hold on. I'm going to turn off this air, or turn it lower at least. I'm not going to turn it off completely. I'll start dying. But today was a great workout. I cannot complain. And it was pretty vacant for the most part in the gym, so I was pretty happy about that. But I've been really training hard lately, and the growth has been amazing. Really happy about it. I took a rest day yesterday. I think I mentioned that in the intro. And I was expecting me to have a little more energy than I actually did. It wasn't like terrible. I was obviously like super tired, but I felt like my body could have recovered maybe possibly a tad bit longer. So I don't know, maybe those back-to-back rest days are crucial. Maybe they're really good for growth. I feel terrible when I take 2 back-to-back rest days. Like, it just makes me mentally feel so bad. So I just hate doing that. But they are truly beneficial, I think, for your actual gains, especially as a natural bodybuilder, or if people, any of you guys are working out and you're just completely natural. Our muscles will not be able to recover as fast as an enhanced athlete. That is just facts. So, and that's one thing I think, I'm gonna talk about this actually for a second. I see a bunch of different workout, like these popular influencers. I'm not gonna say anyone's name. Just random popular influencers that are obviously on gear. They're telling all their viewers like, oh yeah, you wanna gain muscle like me? Like, blah, 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 like, cause I'm clearly fucking ripped, I'm jacked, whatever. Do these exercises, this many sets, this little time between sets in terms of rest period, blah, blah, blah. This workout has been designed and tested through them, right? They're on gear. They will recover faster. Their muscles are capable of more. It just overall is a whole different ballgame than a natural athlete. So when they're giving this advice, I truly feel like it's not in a proper format for always, at least a natural bodybuilder, to take that information and use it. I don't truly think it's the best approach all the time. And that's why I've really switched over to watching strictly natural athletes and bodybuilders. So like Jeff Nippard, TNF, Elijah Mundy, Clark Kent on TikTok, he's really good. There's even CJack. CJack is a really good one too. If any of those names are familiar, those guys are really some of the top dudes I watch and really get a lot of inspiration from. Today was a great lift. Everything went really well. Preacher curls went so good. I didn't talk about them too much when I was doing them, but dude, they were hitting. That is by far the best preacher curls I've ever felt. So thank you all, seriously, the guys who were talking and giving me all the tips about preacher curls, saying I gotta go lower in the seat so my whole tricep is on the bench, whatever. All of these tips you guys gave me seriously really helped me out. I will say on low rows, I did 4 plates and they felt a little bit heavier than normal. We still did our good set. I thought it was a great set. We really squeezed and got that good range of motion on every rep too. But it just felt a little grindy, like too grindy for what it was. But you know, they can't go smooth every single time, I suppose. You know, that's just wishful thinking. I'm gonna go inside and get some food in me. I'm pretty hungry. Also gonna rehydrate, take some salt, get some electrolytes. It's been a great workout. I'm gonna wrap up this night. It's been a good day, just overall, you know, not even just talking about the workout, the whole day. It's been a good one. And I think just staying more optimistic has been my #1 goal for me in terms of my own mental journey. Just learning to just be happy in the present, you know, don't stress out too much about the future. Have a more optimistic approach on things. Don't live so negative, you know, that's all I gotta say. You know, be optimistic about things, even when it's easy to just say, hey, you know, stuff is going downhill right now for me. I'm just gonna let it just take over and just be like, hey, man, my life sucks right now. No, we're not gonna do that. You might be getting knocked down, but you won't be down forever. Get yourself back up and you'll climb higher than before. So it's all a journey, and it's all just doing better than you did yesterday. Be a better person than the person you were yesterday, pretty much. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.